Hi, welcome to this short presentation of the Master Program in Human Geography at Stockholm University. My name is Haandrikman and I'm the Program Director. So let me first introduce to you shortly what Human Geography is. In Human Geography, we talk about relations between people and place. So the human in Human Geography is about civilization, society, or the people that make up the society. And then geography refers to the relations of proximity and distance, and for instance, spatial patterns. So in human geography, unlike in other social sciences, we use core geographical concepts, place, space, mobility, landscape, to study historical and also present-day phenomena. And we use different spatial skills, studying both local, national, and global perspectives of people's lives and social processes. So while studying human geography, you will learn about how social processes such as migration, landscape change, and spatial planning shape people's lives and activities. And this also means that the human geography is a broad subject, giving you the opportunity to specialize in depth and detailed studies. So in human geography, there has always been a lot of empirical studies, and these are often case studies, but they can also be, for instance, quantitative studies of survey or registered data. And our program is also focused on training students to become highly theoretically informed when doing their studies. And we use different types of methods. We use qualitative and quantitative methods, and you will get training in both of them. So examples could be interviews, observation, GIS analysis, register and survey data analysis, participatory methods, and so on. And human geography is a very broad field consisting of several subdisciplines, and the program is quite free in what specialty you would like to choose. So here's an example of what a program could look like. We have 60 credits of mandatory courses, and they're indicated in orange here. So we start with the introductory course, Space and Society, where we introduce you to the great thinkers in human geography. And we will teach you how you can relate such theoretical perspectives to different types of methods that we use. We have an advanced methods course as well, where you, for instance, use quantitative analysis of survey data, and you will do interviews. And most of these courses have applied work and field studies as an important part of the training. You will also have 60 credits of optional courses, of which 15 can be chosen freely and 45 from a special list. So the person on the slide here has chosen these these courses: space, city and culture, cultural landscapes, and an advanced GIS course. And there's a freely chosen block on sociology. So we have different types of specialization available to you, for instance, population geography, landscape studies, economic geography, migration-related urban processes, and so on. But the program is flexible, and you can build your own syllabus from a range of courses and create a tailor-made two-year program. In our department, we have 4 research groups or research profiles, and I will just shortly mention what they do in order for you maybe to fuel your interest for your future research and thesis work. So firstly, the research group on historical geography and landscape studies, they focus on the relation between farming, livelihoods, and environments in the past, in the present, and also in the future. Researchers study questions regarding land use, ownership, cultural heritage in both urban and rural settings. And this group is strongly rooted in the historical geography of landscapes in Sweden, but they have broadened focus to Africa and Asia. This group also uses GIS and remote sensing for reading landscapes from a social science perspective. Then the planning group, or the Stockholm Urban and Regional Research Environment, they specialize in the politics and governance of Swedish and European spatial planning, in urban cultural economy, and urban processes in a global perspective. So they have a focus on various challenges for planning, such as spatial segregation and the neoliberalization of the housing market. Other topics are the role of culture in urban policy and dynamics in regional and urban governance. The profile Urban Africa does much work on urban developments in Africa. For instance, examining the social, economic, and political processes shaping the African cities, and with a focus on the role of different local actors. And there is much attention to the encounter between informal grassroots activities and practices and more authoritative forms of planning and regulation. And much inspiration here comes from critical urban studies, from governmentality and post-colonial studies. And finally, the population, geography, migration, and GIS group. They study, among others, segregation from different perspectives, using advanced methods and neighborhood effect studies. There is a lot of research in this group on spatial polarization and social cohesion. And the profiles also studies the trajectories of migrants that have come to Sweden in different time periods, examining their geographical mobility, their employment trajectories, their family careers, and so on. And another field of interest is, for instance, migration, memory, and identity using visual mobile methods, and migrants in the gig economy in Sweden. So if you're finished, what can you do with this degree? It prepares you for a professional career as well as for studies at the doctoral level. So you will develop skills and competences that both facilitate independent learning, evaluating policies and programs, collaborative research, and also writing academic reports. And this combination of skills and knowledge that you acquire in a program qualifies you to participate in research and development work, and also to do advanced applied work. This also forms a good basis for working with most of today's major societal challenges. Think about migration, environment, inequality, and this can be both in business, in government, and in non-profit organizations. The labor market for human geographers is quite favorable, as geographical insights are valuable for tackling many of these questions that are there today. And you can think about both national and international employers, both in the public sector, such as governmental organizations that help plan our society, and also in the private sector, for instance, consultancies, but also non-governmental organizations, for instance, working with development aid or environmental issues. So the program offers an ideal ground for students wishing to pursue a doctorate in human geography. Thank you very much for your attention, and you're welcome to visit our department website for more information. Thank you.